What's up again, guys? Ed from Kansas City. Looking at going over this account again, and I'm going to be looking into today to see exactly what this account needs. So I'll be just basically going over the account. I was thinking, what does this account need to be? I guess you can say an active account, guys. Account that I can actually have liberty and the ability to kind of move around and not shield and kind of participate, like maybe trapping or doing some rallies and things like that. So that's what I want to look at today to see exactly what does this account have and what does it lack. One of the things I know it has automatically, it has a really good hero lineup. So that's really good. But one of the things I know it lacks is familiars. So just on the surface, it lacks up quite a few other things, such as uh, the better gear and uh, astrolites and artifacts. It lacks a lot of that. But just to kind of get the count out there to be able to do some rallies or not have to say shield, things like that. That's what I want to look into. So thanks for tuning in again today, guys. I appreciate you guys. I wanted to get you another video out today. It's November the 22nd, Saturday, guys. So I'm starting my day off like this while I get prepared for a gathering today. So let's look at one of the things I know the account lacks, which is critical, guys. So you guys can take this video, you can look at this video. You guys remember what my account used to look like? It was a very well rounded account, a very nice account with stats blast up in the 1200s. All Pac-10 familiars and very good artifacts. I think I had like 80 blessed and 1,000 plus levels. Had pretty good heroes. Could use some work on that. Had pretty good castle skins. Could use some work on that. Had very good gear. So let's look at this account, and you guys can actually use what I'm going to be putting in this video to kind of help you know what you should be kind of focusing on to make your account a playable active account. So let's look at the familiars here again, because this is going to be one of the things that this account lacks as far as either really being effective as a rally lead or really being a really good rally trap is familiars. So let's look at the familiars right quick. Completely maxed out bunny, that's good. Let's go to the next one here. The Mega Trojan does not have a army talent skill, so that's different. Another collab. Damn. All right, so let's look at the B here. The Poisonous Sting, this is going to be mandatory. I will have to have this maxed out to be able to be effective. Now listen. This is really good, guys. If you're doing wonders or if you're doing rallies, sometimes you really do need this because it gives I think it gives it reduces a player's army attack. So that's one of the main things you're going to want to really have this familiar maxed out for. If you use it or if you choose to use it, it has a debuff effect on it. So you're really going to want something like this maxed out. And then he doesn't have the deals 100%, 150% damage every 4 seconds for the range. So very important familiar right here that will have to be maxed out for debuff and for range. So guys, familiars are they have to be done. When I return back to Lords Mobile, as a matter of fact, I'm in the guild that I was in when I returned back to Lost Mobile. I'm in ODD, As you guys can see here, I'm in ODD right there with my dude Red Rum. Uh, he's been playing for a lot of years as well. Shout out to him. And when I first returned to Lords of Mobile, the first thing I did was, when I returned back to Lords Mobile, I kind of picked up where I left off from Lords Mobile, which was in the defense mode, because we needed a lot of troops because we were constantly being bullied and attacked by the Chinese guilds. So that's just kind of how it was back then. Today it's much better in Lords Mobile. There's a much better playing field, or a much even, it's not even, but it's a much more balanced, well balanced playing field and environment than it was when we started Lords Mobile, when Lords Mobile started, because of all of the advantages Chinese guilds and Chinese players, or Taiwan server players, had, that a lot of other players on different servers or from different countries did not have. So it's much better now. But one of the things Red Rum taught me, the guild leader taught me back then, was your familiars are bad. So so that's one of the first things I did after I got all my troops together. I got my troops together. I had some very, very basic gear. I'm talking about really basic gear, guys. I'm talking about it was really bad. Using drums mainly, valves mainly. Just didn't really have great gear. But I had a lot of troops. And I was only probably about 2 to 3 billion might at the time when I returned back to Lost Mobile in basically January of 23. So he taught me as I began to learn, to start learning how to do rallies and things like that while I was losing, is because it's not about how many troops you got, it's about how balanced and well balanced, or how good your stats are as well. And you can have a lot of stats, but if you don't have these familiars that hit hard, they do a lot of damage, you need this, guys. You gotta have your familiars maxed. All of your pack 5 familiars, all of your level 10s on here. You need all of your level 10s familiar. Anything that has to do with HP, anything that has to do with army attack of any sort, you need those familiars completely maxed out. So he has this one at level. What level is this, guys? It's at level 1. Oh, it's not even unlocked, guys. That is that's a big thumb down. This is a very important familiar here. Extremely important. It's exquisite. It's mandatory. You have to have your familiars locked out. Okay, we have another familiar here which deals with range. This is infantry. I'm sorry. That's not unlocked. You have to have this unlocked, guys. He has it at max 60. Has the army skills done, but not the army talent, which I'm taking over this account. So I have to be able to consider for myself personally what I'm willing to do and what I'm not going to do. And pay to play is not going to be for me anymore, as you guys know. I'm well over. I've given IGG over $75,000. That's all they're going to get. So this doesn't have that, but it doesn't have armor talent, but it has this. Infantry max HP, you're going to need that. Let's look at some more here. You're going to need this here. Always use that familiar there. You also have travel speed, range HP. Travel speed is okay, but you don't necessarily need it, Another familiar that you must have, and he has that one maxed out. Putrefies. Now he should have had the other ones maxed out before this one, but this is a great one too. Definitely gonna need this one. Deals 150% of cavalry. You definitely need that. So these things are mandatory. There's the army attack there. You definitely need this one. He has it to level 4, but it has to be maxed out, guys. You will need that shield for your infantry. You're gonna need that. Another familiar that you will need, um, Shield for Cavalry, and Stuns. This one's a good one to have. Training there. All right. Increases 200%. This one is pretty beneficial as well. Okay. So, 7% shields range. So you got your infantry range and cavalry shield familiars, which are good for blast and as well as any kind of attacks, to be honest. Another good stacking, what they call the stacking one, which increases range attack by 100% when 10% of your troops is fallen, 10%, 10%, 10%, 10%. So these are definitely there's a range attack plus 10. Definitely good stats in there, guys. So a lot of he has a lot of his levels done, but not his army talents maxed, or should I say it was not maxed in here. Another stacking one there that you need, and another stacking one that you there need. And then this is cavalry, 60%, which you could use in a blast if you chose to. And you're gonna just repeat start of the battle. So another stacking one there, or 60% that you'll need. So these are really good familiars that are beneficial. And there's a range one. Other than that, I think that is pretty much it on the rest of them, guys. Started the battle, increases army HP by 15%. That's a good one you could possibly use as well. So this was not even unlocked. Yeah. So familiars are going to be very important, guys. Now, how do you work on getting familiars? It's easy when it's free to play, but when it's not free to play, that is not so easy, because you have to constantly basically merge some packs. You have to constantly merge some packs, guys. So let's give you an example here. Say, for instance, I was actually looking to get the B unlocked here. You need these, which are not easy to get. And of course, that's a lot of gems if you were to awaken it like that. But you're going to need these Brighten Talent Orbs, guys. You need these to unlock that. These don't come necessarily easy. I think I've always purchased those, guys, but they are in special events, as it says right there. But for the most part, you really do purchase them, so they're not necessarily that easy to get, guys, unfortunately. But you can get them through events here and there. The skill levels are easier to do, or should I say maxing out. Let me show you guys here. For example, maxing this out is not bad at all. Let's use another one here. So it's just so many that has to be used, guys. It's like all these familiars. You gotta have these, guys. I mean, you really. This is at level 50. Let me see here. So Gantra, he has 76 out of 200. So I would have to go over to this here, and I would have to do pack. I would have to do pack 4s, right? Because I think that's what it is. Let's go back. Special event mall. Where is it at, man? Rungs to enhance it. special events, mall bundles. If I'm correct, guys, you just need to actually train, but maybe pack fives, I can't remember. Maybe pack fives has to be from the, like if I look at them, let me look at a pack four, guys. Such as right here, let's look at, that's a two. Let's look at right here. It's max. Let's look at what it's not max. If he has one, it's not max. So he has all his threes and fours. Basically, the free to play are maxed out, to be honest. So when he gets to his pack fives, when we get to the pack fives, they're not maxed out. And that's because they actually do take, let's see something. All level 10s are maxed over here, so you definitely put the work in for that. And sorry about the background, I'm gonna turn it down, guys. So basically all of that is maxed out, guys. I mean completely maxed out all of the so to level those up, I would have to actually get some rungs, which pack 5 rungs only come from special events and mall bundles. Okay, alright, so that's as easy as getting rungs as your pack 4 ones are. Alright, so as you can see here, we got some rungs here. Grim Reaper is a pack 5, guys, right? I'm sure I'm correct about that. Or is it a pack 4? Let me see. If I'm correct, it's a pack 5. So let me look right quick. Yes, pack 5, guys. So you can get some rungs. Let's try to do a few more here. We're looking at over here. Not that great, are we? We're not looking good at all there. Sucks, man. But we're not getting any of the, so they're pack 4s. So it doesn't look like we're gonna get any of these guys right here. 13 runs. Not going to get any of those out of there. Oh, well. So it will take some work, guys. That will take some work, and that's what I'm looking at. But they are going to be those pack fives are going to be essential. They will be essential. They're going to be needed. So as you can see, pack fives is something that those are not going to happen too quick. Okay, so there's a lot to be done for mirrors, and as a free to play, that's not going to be as easy to do as one would like to. What do they have going on here today? I wasn't even in there, guys. I wish I was in there, but I wasn't in there. I was busy working. What do we have here? I actually don't see anything in there, guys, honestly. Lars Mobile and Angry Bird emojis, right? Yeah, Lars Mobile doing what they do. So I'm looking for. I still have a quest I'm on, right? One day left, guys. I haven't done any quests. Just a quest. So I'm looking for what events they got, guys, and they don't really have any. So it's definitely going to be it will be a upwards battle. So yeah, I just don't. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. You have to actually. You actually have to literally. Got 5 of them, guys. Shoot some of them down. So you actually have to basically, if you're going to get those packs for rungs for these guys, you're going to have to basically get them from the store. And that is very disappointing. That is very, very disappointing, guys. So they got some Q-Hop specials here, which he has that one already. So I guess you can get them depending on if you're doing things like the rewards in Guild Quest. Normally has, depending on what level your guild is in, depending on what level your guild is in, there's always an opportunity for certain players to get scrolls, those pack 5 scrolls or things like that in their events like this. Now keep in mind, certain Guild Fest levels of certain guilds are extremely high, so they get major, really good gifts that definitely help and would definitely be amazing for a free-to-play account if a free-to-play player is in such a guild. So you can definitely get them in there, and then there's other events but it's going to require being active, being participating, and being alert. There's other things you can get them in, such as Hell Events. Does Hell Events have stuff like that sometimes? I think Hell Events does have those things at times, right, guys? I'm not sure. I don't normally get them from there. When I was getting them, I was always really. I get them maybe from some events, but primarily I would get them from paying to play. I just go up in there, and if I needed a certain amount, if I needed this pack here, I just bought it. If they had a special or something, if they had a special event like this here, I would always buy this here. The Bright Talent Orbs, which you need to unlock it, to upgrade it, should I say. So, it's crazy, guys. It's crazy. You really have to. I mean, this to look for an account to look good, it has to actually. It actually has to. You really do have to. You got to come a long ways to spend to get it. It just don't come easy, guys. Either free to play or pay to play. Those familiars and things don't come easy. So, from what I gather at the moment, it definitely needs familiars to be a very active account. Another thing it needs, it will need some troops, guys. As you can see right here, I think I might have some. Let me look here. I have some troops in here from doing some darknesses that need healing as well. The speeds we got here. It was on automatic. But you're definitely going to need some troops enough to figure out what I'm going to do as far as if I'm rally, do I put them in other characters that are shield, or do I put them in my do I put them in a shelter or something? Because right now it doesn't have a lot of troops, as we were saying. Where's my barracks at? Alright, where we at, guys? Only 10 million troops, which could, with the T4, T5 that he has, the T5 that are there, it could, with gear on, it could handle a solo. Depending on who the player is, they could get a walk back, but that's pretty good. That's good T5. Alright, so there we have it. So I would say, gotta train some more of those. I don't know how many training speeds or anything he has. Take a look at that training gear. Alright. Speeds we have here very little, not really any at all. Really no speeds for training troops. So you guys know 10 million troops is really difficult. With the kind of gear and familiars you have with it, it would not really be it wouldn't be the greatest to have. Those familiars on the wall there. And 10%. So those familiars should have the familiars should be on theirs at the start of the battle. You know, those are good, but you should have some other. There should be some other ones on there. So you gotta have the gear, you gotta have the troops, you have to have the familiars. Those are the main things, and then of course trying to get the counter off, of course. So that's one thing that's going to be important here. What are we looking at? 9-hour shield. 9-hour shield. Okay. I'm going to get pretty busy after a while. I'm going to set this here already to another day, because once I start a lot of activities here at my house today, I'm not going to be logging into Lost Mobile. So that's something you guys should if you're a small account or you have a small amount of resources or small amount of troops like this, you should always really plan. You know, I would normally, if this account had it, I would normally just hit a 3-day shield or something like that, or a 7-day shield, or I would put my shield on at a time where I know I'm not going to be preoccupied and I can be available. So definitely has a low amount of troops, but it has really good stats. It has very, very good stats, guys. When you look, Blast is 900 stats, so that's pretty good. All right, so the first thing, like I said, that I noticed is familiars. So, so familiars are going to be a thing. You gotta have good familiars, guys. If it's going to be a boring account, and if it's going to be an account that's going to participate and be active in wars, it's got to have some troops. It must have some familiars, because I plan on doing rallies with it, and that's why I hate that I missed Dragon Arena. I hate that I missed Dragon Arena, because I really would have enjoyed. I really would have been able to enjoy doing some rallies with the account, but there's not a lot of troops in here, so that kind of sucks, you know. I would have to honestly find a way. There would have to be a way for me to be able to build the account up in order to utilize it. And that's what I mean by when a lot of guys used to say, okay, just take my account, what I had, and just play with it. But you have to keep in mind, when you're in a great warring guild, such as I was in with First Knight, it required a lot of T5. And T5, you just don't use them and then don't replace them. I mean, guys were looking for Lunite over and over and over and over again. It was crazy, guys, how much Lunite we actually use in a warring guild. I don't know how PCS actually does it, guys. They war all day. It's crazy. But so my point is this: is that I think I understand when I was a pay-to-play player and I had my account, my main account. I didn't really, Lunite was not a thing for me because for the most part I kept a lot of Lunite. I was always buying something. So really big pay to play players, they don't really sweat and worry about Lunite because they keep so much. And there's only been one or two times that I ever was out of Lunite. But for the most part, you always just replace your T5. And there's sometimes you can always there are times you can always send the right balance of troops out, the correct ratio of T4 to T5 so that you don't lose T5. But then there's rallies in certain wars and against certain castles that a good rally lead, he just wants only T5. So you're sending 200 T5 and you're losing pretty much damn near all of them, or using a great percentage of them, trying to zero a player. So it is really costly on every side, on the attacker's side and on the defender's side. It's really costly to zero certain accounts. So my point is this: is that there's just some mixed feelings about what to do with this account because it's not an account that's actually even ready to just jump into war and jump into being active all day without a shield, scouting, rallying, feeling, simply because it's not ready, guys. But it is an account that has been very much well worked on. When YJ had this account, he was really working on it. It's not his main account. It just was an alternative account that he would do rallies on. But he just doesn't play on it anymore. So troops is going to be one thing I would need. Familiars will be another thing. So what would I do immediately? The first thing immediately will be needed would be enough troops that can withstand a rally, guys. And of course, I think nowadays if you're online, you need about, depending on who's rallying you guys, you need about 20, 30 million troops. Or if you're up against a really good Titan accounts, I'm talking about if you're up against really good Titan accounts, you're going to need every bit of 20 plus 30 million troops. 20 to 30 million troops. If you're up against a maxed accounts, you're going to really need that, especially if you're in a guild that cannot reinforce you. So, this account is not ready for active rallying. And like I said, it depends on what guild you're in as well. If you're in a strong guild where all the players can reinforce you, you can put your gear on, you can port away, you can do the counter, you can put your familiars on your walls and the heroes, and you got some troops, you just can cap some players. So this is going to take much more work. It will take much more work, guys. But as I said, I can really appreciate the work that really has been done on this account. There is a lot of work that's been done on this account. I can appreciate that. He put some work in. Whoever is the original did put some work into the account to get it where it's at today, where it does look decent. You know, looks pretty good. You know, uh, I would change this for another piece. This is definitely not the piece you want to be working on right here. That's just a waste. But when you're free to play, you get whatever you can get. Let's go look at something, guys. Right here. Okay. Where is this over here, guys? I would say what needs to be worked on. If you're going to be non-champion, something that can be worked on. I pretty much used, in this one, of course, I always use champion gear when I had mines, and I used cups. I used also the Rowdy Resolve. I had a couple of those. I had the Book of the Dead. It wasn't worth it, though. This is a difficult piece to get here. Just like this one is difficult to get. They're not even worth getting. This one's worth getting, though. But the Book of the Dead is not. You should just go champion if you're going to do that. So I guess right here, guys, the best you can do is go either with, if you're free to play, you're gonna have to go with the blight rings, the veils, and drums. If you don't already have the cups are gonna be good enough for your infantry and range side. But for your cavalry side, you just might have to go with maxed out drums. To be honest, that's just really drums that you can actually temper to level 15, something like that, to make them work something. You can always use mitts there. You can also use the codex as well on that one. So you can use the codex for cavalry as well as range. You can use the mitts for range. And then for infantry, this is a really good piece here. It can be difficult if you're free to play, though. I still look from a free to play. I still look, guys, when I'm looking at this, I still look from a pay to play perspective. I don't really look at getting gear and things like this from a free to play angle because I've just never been there. There's a cavalry. The fist is real good. You guys know that. I use that. That's a good piece. So I honestly say this gear here is good. The blight ring, if not another cup, you gotta use the blight ring, but you gotta keep in mind this is range and infantry. We need a cavalry piece here, so you have to put something like this here and max it out there. This piece is a range as well as for HP. So it's a lot of range stats going on with the stats he had in there. You really do need, as a mixed gear, you're gonna need some different pieces in there. There's more infantry in range. Try to get this piece here. It's difficult to get it to mythic. This is another good piece here. This one's a cavalry piece with some army defense minus the army HP there. This is infantry in range, which he doesn't need more infantry. I'm sorry, it's infantry in range, which he doesn't need more infantry in range in that, so you had to put something like that on. This is always a great piece here. It's infantry and cavalry. The hardened carapace is very good as well, and there's another piece that's also just as good for that, which is the, I'll show you guys here. it will be these two pieces right here, the hedonic Curious. This is a good piece here, guys. It's infantry range as well, though. He really doesn't need any more infantry range. So this will be a good piece to use there. But that is good right here. This is good for cavalry. Like I said, that's a good piece there too. This is already a good piece. This is a great piece there. This is a good piece. This is a good piece. That's a good piece. All of those are great pieces there. This is a great piece. So those are good. So the only thing we really need is a better balance for balance of stats. It's crazy we have so much infantry there, and infantry is the lowest. It just doesn't make sense. Cavalry is the highest. Which this is cavalry. This is cavalry, and that's cavalry too. But you also have this piece, which is great, and that's a great piece. So he has some really good gear, guys. Can't, just his accessories just are not that great. To find something to do with his accessories. So I got to find some way to make this account playable without spendable, because that just ain't happening, man. I can't spend enough to make the account worth anything in the future. That's just the dilemma right there. I'm not going to invest another $50,000 to sell another account for $4,000 or $3,000. It just ain't happening, man. It's counterproductive. It's stupidity. But to make the account playable, it's difficult to do that too, because you still got to invest. I mean, to make this account playable for the familiars, you're still looking at spending several $100s, and this is money you'll never be able to get back. Just because the pack fives, if all the familiars were maxed out, that would not make this account sell for much more. You still couldn't get this account. You still couldn't get 1,500 out of this account, and it would take every bit of that just to make this account playable. So you just do it. You just basically use what you can use. I would say for an account like this, the only thing I would do, guys, is have some troops. I would put some troops in it, so that it can withstand a rally a little bit. It can compete in taking a rally. I would do that, which troops are easy to do. You can get speeds through all sorts of events. Damn near every event will give you speeds. Hell events will give you speeds. Everything, daily logins will give you speeds. So you can always get speeds from just about any and everything in this game. So we have what we have. Alright, so I could get that speed right there. So that's the point I'm making. You can get speeds in just about everything. You get free to play here. Discount the license, nothing. It's discount. Still paying, but it's a discount. What else we got here, guys? There's a new Hero 2 out, right, guys? They had a new Hero. I think I've seen it. Free to play has to log into everything, guys. I'm talking about get whatever you can get. You have to. You gotta pay attention. I wouldn't even be encouraged, guys, to spend $10 a month, $10 a week on this game, because it's the new leader skin right here, guys. Plus range. I don't know if this effects. It does not look great, to be honest. It's just some little IGTV going. So that's where I'm at, guys. I think I think the best thing to do is get it ready just to be able to basically participate. So when you're free to play, you play free to play events. You know, Chaos Arena, Dragon Arena, uh, Guild Expeditions, stuff like that. Things that you don't have to spend money on. You just have to use all of those resources to actually be able to definitely do your daily quests and things like that. Get all these free gifts here. Open up chests here where you get resources. Uh, so that's how you do that, guys. All right, so yeah, so it's that's what I want to talk to you guys about. I wanted to go over looking at this account with you guys and kind of just hopefully you guys can gather something out of that. Um, it's frustrating, man. It's crazy. Um, so I think that the only thing I'll work on is just slowly build troops. Slowly build my troops up to about. That can take that can take that can take a long time, guys. Really months. As free to play to build your troops up, it takes a long time. The gear is pretty decent. The gear is not the biggest problem. The familiars are a problem. It's a major problem. The heroes are gorgeous, and I can't wait to just go into Coliseum and use some of those because I think that's going to be pretty fun. Where you put this Coliseum? What is the Coliseum? Let me see where it say, guys. You know I'm buying. Let's go in here and kick some butt. I think another thing is you got good heroes like he does going into the Coliseum and uh, going into the Coliseum and going into the Coliseum with these good heroes that he has and who else we want here? Going into the Coliseum with the heroes he has could also work a lot of gems because you can get rank 10 with those heroes all day. So that's something he should be working on, or I should be working on, should I say? I don't know how she got cut down like that. That sucks. Yeah. I'm surprised he's getting as much off as the Dark Knight. He's not all that great. Dark Knight shouldn't have got all that off. I shouldn't have lost this battle, guys. Kid you not. What's this do? Gak. Gak. Let's go re-challenge him, man. There's also a familiar you can get free plays in the Coliseum if you have that familiar. Oh my goodness, now where you at, Gak? Maybe because I'm just way at the bottom here, I don't understand it. It's so slow. We shouldn't have lost that battle, guys, honestly. It really takes that long to find this dude. Okay, let's assume that he has went somewhere else then. Let's go with this guy. She's not all that great in the Coliseum, her right there, so I shouldn't have had her in there. I'm used to playing with Princess a whole lot, guys, but he doesn't have her maxed. I'm used to playing with her a lot. He's got a simple army in there, guys. Honestly, he does. It's a very simple army in there. Front line, healer, a back line, him. That would be enough right there. I could go with Boom Miser or something like that. I'm just gonna go with that right there. Berserker shouldn't have lost that easy, guys, in the Coliseum. And then oh, that's disgusting, man. That's disgusting. Is this rigged or something, man? It's Gak again, guys. Finally. Let's deal with this guy. To take out his front line, you normally always go with something like definitely her. Go with definitely a healer. But go with I'll put him in. But let me put her in just for a condition. I really want somebody in the front line that can, or in the back line that can actually burn him on the front. He may come over right here and this one right here. I can't remember their names, guys. It's crazy. Okay, so he's going by himself. I'm gonna take. I want him in there, but I don't want her in there because she's not maxed. And what's his name might come in and hit her real good. But I'm gonna go with her anyway. I'm gonna go with her anyway, and then I'm gonna use. So I'm working with some new heroes, some of these that I don't really normally work with, so I don't know how to perform in the Coliseum. Berserker's normally great in the Coliseum, as well as Don. And of course, this guy is normally great in the Coliseum. So let's just roll with that. I'm shocked on how he's coming over there. She's dead already, and that sucks. Yep, she's dead. Expected her to die. I don't expect Dark Knight to be holding up so much. That's what I don't expect. Boom Miser got that off. He's pretty good. That's not right, man. That's not right, man, at all. I'm pretty much disappointed in that. I'm pretty much disappointed in that. That's not right, guys. Then I accidentally hit that. I didn't mean to. Alright, let's see what this does, guys. I wish I knew all their names. Then I could narrate it much better. Normally, and I know heroes work together, so they're much more effective when they work together. Snow shouldn't have died like that, and she should kill him with one. Uh, she normally kills him with one shot, so he's down, he's dead in the back here. He's finally dead. He normally doesn't even hang around that long, so I don't understand that. Alright, that's over now. That sucked. Alright, we got another fight on our hands here. Find a worthy opponent, guys. Then I'm out of here. Oh, shucks, I just passed one up. Come on, guys, let's fight. Same pretty much army hero lineup. I don't want that. But it looks like you're going to get it. I'm going to take her out of there. I'm going to put in... Alright, guys. Let's see what this does, and I'm out. Princess is a really good hero in the Coliseum. She's tough. Priestess. She got him. Priestess got him. Katara, whatever her name is. Prima Donna, whatever she is normally not as good as their other healer that I had in there first. This dude, he normally don't last that long, man. This is terrible. Anyway, we did it. I'm out, guys. Ed from Kansas City.